Good evening and welcome to tonight's Boise State Esports event. Tonight we bring you the ultimate in competition. We bring you the Boise State Community Grand Prix, where 8 players are going to be facing off in Mario Kart to decide who is king of the racing track. On desk for the first match here, I'm your host Jacob Jem Palmer. I am joined by none than Dallin Dallamino. Starnes, nice to have you with us.
Hey.
And this is great. I mean, I have been waiting for a Mario Kart event for the longest time. This is finally an opportunity. I know you and me have been following the Mario Kart scene quite closely, especially with the DLC that's been dropping. It's been pretty fun.
Oh yeah, it's been. I'd say. Let's see. We've been keeping track of the DLC, weekly, and I'm pretty sure every single time we see each other, it's like, any news on Mario Kart?
I know, any news, any news. Well, we will be in the competition, but we have some other more amateur players, I suppose you could say, playing. But we'll give them a chance first off to be playing right now. And it's a good chance to show how this event is going to work. You're wondering how competitive Mario Kart is going to work out? Well, let's show you the rules for how we have. We have 8 players. So there will be 3 laps per map, standard 3, 4 maps per round, so standard Grand Prix. The top 2 point earners from each round will qualify to the Grand Finals, and then the top 4 players will play in the Grand Finals. It's 150cc, and because some of these players insisted on doing so, we have normal computers. So,
oh man,
I know,
baby mode.
I know, basically,
baby mode.
Yeah, I know. You gotta. I don't know if it's. Nah, it's not really baby mode, more like game journalist mode. You know what I mean?
Even worse.
Anyway, you got to have, there will be some people who can't get past the Cuphead tutorial, and you have to accommodate that. But we have our 4 initial players joining us, and some good names. We have also Brenner, who's joining us. You can see him down there, who has been talking incessantly about his days playing Double Dash. You always get one diehard Double Dash fan.
There's always one Double Dash.
There's always one Double Dash. It's Double Dash and Melee. Something about the GameCube made people so defensive about it.
I don't know.
Anyway, we also have Joe. We also have Salazan. And Lesrek, I believe, Noah joining us, new hire, so it's great to have him. Now, let's take a look at what we are going to first, because we actually have the tracks all picked out beforehand.
Every single track?
Every single track, including tracks from that DLC we've been talking about. DLC. And this first one is going to be a completely new experience for all these players. We decided to just throw them in the deep end with our first stage, New York Minute, which has been in the Mario Kart lore since its release in 2019, has 23 unique turns and all those different colors. That's because this track branches off with each individual lap. So you're going a different direction every single time.
I like the implication that Mario Kart has lore.
You know what? There's a lot to be frustrated at in Mario Kart. Half of the lore is just being frustrated on how you're not able to get the game. Then we're going to be moving on to Royal Raceway, classic N64 stage.
A staple.
Yeah, staple. Then after that, Mount Wario. We'll come back to this graphic a little later because we need to, go over the full thing of how much of a behemoth Mount Wario is. And then finally, to end things off, on the first Grand Prix will be Waluigi Pinball. And we actually won't show any more maps here. All the ones next are for the next Grand Prix. So those are the 4 initial stages. They will now choose New York Minute, which I believe you press the shoulder button for, L or R, to go to the other selection. There you go. They already got it. They're ahead of me. They figured it out.
What are we even
navigated
here for?
The menu. What are we here for? So they are ready to head to New York Minute. How excited are you for this, Dallin?
Oh, man, I'm so excited. Almost excited as I would be playing New York Minute right now.
I know. New York Minute is pretty fun. So let's get into the action now. They are loading in. We are ready to take the camera to all of the action. New York Minute from Mario Kart Tour making the initial debut.
Oh, wow.
Here we go. I also have to point out, make sure to see Donkey Kong, the best musical, according to the Billboard. It's
Absolutely.
just the best musical.
I also wonder if it's the only musical, because
It's the best.
The best, of course.
Alrighty, so the first initial match is going to have everyone starting off. They're going to head to the first round of item boxes before heading into the Central Park and a hairpin to start things off.
You start to notice here, just some very, very first impression type things going on. Koopa Troopa obviously in front, played by, I believe, let's see, who could that be? I don't know who that is. Yo, who's playing Koopa Troopa?
Salazar, I think.
Okay. So
I mean, already you can kind of tell they're serious because they choose the vehicle that has the inside drifting. I mean, the inside drifters, you don't want to mess up against them. Having too many flashbacks to Mario Kart Wii and all the funky cons on their motorcycles. You remember those days?
Oh, of course I remember those days. I can't forget. I just had a moment of just,
Meanwhile, Koopa Troopa holding things down, but it's going to have to settle for those less powerful items initially. Looks like everyone's adjusting to the second stage of this raceway pretty good thus far.
Tanuki Mario going on a path of war, just absolutely decimating everybody.
Here's the problem, though, with those triple mushrooms. It's kind of hard to, because this stage has a lot of right angle turns. So finding a good place to use them is going to be challenging in and of itself. As we're about to head into the final round here, we've got players 1, 2, and 3 all lined up with Isabella just trailing in ninth.
We see here Koopa Troopa obviously still in front. He's showing.
Do you see what I see?
Oh, I think I see what you see.
It is the infamous. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
He misjudged that. You see, there you can try to hang back into second to pass it off to someone else, but just was way too far. It would have just been better if he had eaten it entirely.
How unfortunate.
And now we head down into Rockefeller Center for the final turn. Before we get to the finish line, who is going to get the final win? Super Horn, that's actually a pretty good draw. If you're in round one, Toad might be looking if he can make this turn right and find the right moment to use it before he uses it to take out Bowser Jr. Savage play to maintain first place.
I am
beautifully
awestruck.
Played.
Absolutely. That was very, very well-used items.
And this is the overall scoring system that we're going to be using. Their final score at the end of all 4 races will tabulate. All right, so now we can go back to the map screen that we had to bring up Royal Raceway and talk about that stage. So how much, Dallin, how much experience do you have with Mario Kart 64? I assume you've played it.
I have grown up on the Nintendo 64, so I could confidently say I played a lot of Royal Raceway. I can say words.
And this is probably the definition of a mid-difficulty track. There are no major hazards, nothing to trip you up, but the layout has its good amount of twists and turns. So you also got the big gliding section, 9 turns in all, the standard 3 laps, 3 item boxes load out. Nothing too surprising here. It's just going to test your fundamentals and how you race.
I'm excited. I love Royal Raceway. Love Mario Kart 64. Hope we get to see more Mario Kart 64 tracks down the line. Wink, wink.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Here we go. Royal Raceway, second track. And we've got 3 players already kind of clawing for first, second, and third place. Isabella is currently trailing about right now. I believe that's played by Joe, but hopefully Joe can recover. You know, sometimes it takes a little bit to get used to, you know, the new controls and how everything is done and so on and so forth.
Right. And looks like we're about to get right into this.
All right, heading down to the Raceway, packed arena of JPEGs as always, and we are ready to load out and head to the round. The initial countdown from Lock 2. Is anyone going to get the initial speed boost? Koopa Troopa knows what's up and is going to take the initial lead into the first row of item boxes.
As we first impression look here, it seems like everyone's very well adjusted after that first course. Everyone seems to know what they're doing. It mostly just comes down to item interactions at this point, early game. Isabel obviously got hit by a green shell, is going to move back a little bit. Toad grabs a double mystery box.
Yeah, those doubles are a huge part of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, getting double the resources. Usually you have to adjust your race line and take the not-so-optimal path to do it, but it's usually worth it. So as we're coming up here on the next turn, we're going to see a beautiful turn by Koopa Troopa, staying on the roadway. He's going to get a bomb for his problems. That's a little bit of a catch-22 if you're in second place, though. Hard to aim that.
Drops the bomb, hits somebody.
Oh, savage! On to Tanuki Mario. Now, here's the thing. Yeah, blue shell coming, but unlike last time, he sees, okay, I just got to eat this. It would cost more if I hung back to try to pass it off.
Sometimes it's just about learning.
And that's what you call getting Mario Karted right there. The blue shell and then a red shell to follow up. But he's still in first place is the thing.
You can't play Mario Kart without getting Mario Karted.
Nope. And, of course, There's always the light. Oh, no, picks up the mushroom, Isabella, to go right into the drink.
Fortunately, you get a mushroom there, so you get slight boost here. Still unfortunate to watch. Anyways, Koopa Troopa and Toad on their obvious, what would you call this? Rivalry, I guess, at this point?
Yeah, they usually have been nipping at each other's heels first and second place. Koopa Troopa gets the coin, unfortunately, in one. That's why you want to go for the double item boxes there, because you can usually try to dodge. Koopa Troopa is now going to be on the receiving end of that blue shell as we head into the final lap, lined up 1, 2, and 3, again between Tanuki Mario, Koopa Troopa, and Toad.
And Isabelle is also doing great stuff.
Is playing. As we move on into the final map, and Toad, where are you going? That is not the right side of the guardrail you want to be on. Tanuki Mario sees his breakaway as he's entering the chicanes here, as the proper
chicanes,
terms.
of course.
Going around the final hairpin before runs into the grass, giving Koopa Troopa the opportunity to overtake him with the mushroom. Triple mushroom picked up by Toad. That could be crucial. Also on the gliding, gets hit with the red shell at the worst time. That's going to burn off time from Lakitu.
That is one of the most unfortunate. Oh, no, just a series of unfortunate events brought to you by Koopa Troopa. Obvious red shell, then blue shell.
Gets two. He saw the mushroom, Tanuki Mario, and just blasted off into the grass. Meanwhile, Toad has the recovery. The lightning right before it is still going to give Toad the victory. Can Tanuki Mario still walk away with third and still maintain a good round of Grand Prix points? That is going to be the case.
Toad truly was the luckiest contender here today. I don't know if you saw those final few seconds.
I know. Wow. Now, here's the thing, is that, remember, it's the top two players moving on. So Koopa Troopa and Tanuki Mario, still within. But also Isabelle still within striking distance. I mean, it's only 7 points behind, second place. So a good round first place, and someone has a really bad round, that could change in an instant.
I definitely do not think anyone is out of the competition except for maybe Lemmy and Peach, but we don't talk about them.
We don't talk about them. So it's just Lemmy and Peach scurry off now. I said we were going to have to bring up the map graphic again for this final track, because what can you say about Mount Wario? I mean, this is a record-setting track in all aspects. It was the first Mario Kart track to be point A to point B instead of circuit, and during that long hazardous track, you were going to encounter no less than 26 turns and 5 item boxes to use. This is a marathon track if there ever was one.
I love Mount Wario. It's got to be my favorite course from this game.
And definitely a step up in difficulty, rated high difficulty because of those sharp turns, not including the ice you'll face at the beginning, the woods near the middle, and those chicanes near the end, based around the ski slalom course. A great track all around. One of my favorites. It's one of everyone's favorites, and it's in the Star Cup, which I got to say, Mario Kart 8 Star Cup is probably the best Star Cup there to ever exist.
Absolutely.
It's got hit after hit. Airport, Dolphin Shoals, Electrodrome, and Mount Wario. It's just the most chosen Grand Prix, and for good reason.
I think you need to go into an in-depth explanation of what a chicane is.
So say that there's a roadway that would go straight, but there are a bunch of obstacles, say traffic cones, placed on the end that have to make you swerve around in different directions. That's what a chicane is.
Oh, dear.
A chicane makes you have to swerve left and right really quickly. Koopa Troopa missing the initial boost off the helicopter. That's going to give Tanuki Mario crack at the first item box, but gets a coin, leaving him wide open to attacks.
You start to see here the unfortunate things going on in certain perspectives, mainly Isabelle as she drives off course. We see once again another rivalry between Koopa Troopa and Toad, but let's not forget Tanuki, who is not too far behind. None of them take the shortcut. They're all going to take the long way around, the scenic route, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big risk play thing, trying to take that shortcut. As they move into the cave, we are into the second part of this huge hazardous trek through the icy peaks of Mount Wario.
We start to see here, everyone's at about relatively even distance, except for Lemmy and Peach, who we continue to not talk about.
Now, there's the thing. Koopa Troopa did not go for the double item box, and that pays for him as he gets the coin. Now can Toad aim that boomerang flower well enough? He's going to have it lined up pretty fast, or going to be next to Bowser Jr., but the lightning is going to ruin everyone's plans, as it always does.
Always does. Never a day where you do not go without lightning in this game.
All right, now this is a really tricky part. These trees can be definitely underrated in everyone's plans. It can be hard to maintain an adequate race line through this narrow space, especially when you're boosting off all these logs. Koopa Troopa still managing to hold on to one, but Toad is bouncing into them. We'll see how Tanuki, Mario, and Isabelle go as they now face off against them.
You know, one of my favorite things about this course is this section, because no matter how many times I play it, I never feel like I can accurately nail it.
Sure, yeah. I mean, there are certain courses where you're just playing on autopilot. And this is what I was talking about with the chicanes. Look at how much they're having to brake around these corners. It requires, and that's a very unfortunate green show going on to Toad. Tanuki Mario is also facing off against Isabelle. He needs to improve his positioning very fast here because this is a game overall about Grand Prix points. And we head into the final ski jump. Who is going to come out on top? There is just but one set of item boxes, and the red shell in front of Koopa Troopa might be enough.
This could be anyone's game.
He has to get there.
No, not the blue shell!
At the final round.
No!
Oh, so tragic. Stolen away. That is how it goes sometimes.
And Bowser Jr. is there. He exists.
And look at the play from Isabelle here, managing to sneak into fifth.
Wow.
I think we could have a sleeper here. I mean, let's see how the points add up right now. It's just nipping at Tanuki Mario's heels. So Toad and Koopa Troopa are going to be the ones that looks like might go on next. I think that's the two on the left, actually. They're like perfectly divided up.
All right, here's the strategy. Isabelle and Tanuki both need to team up together to take out Toad, and then when it comes to the final lap, all bets are off, and you just gotta go.
You gotta strategically hold the blue shell. Although you're missing out on a lot of items yourself for the thing. That's the only downside to that.
But to stay in this competition, you gotta do anything to win.
You gotta do anything to win. You bet your glasses on that?
I bet my glasses on that.
Okay, let's see just an overview of the final track before we head into the last race. The final track for the first Grand Prix going to be Waluigi Pinball. And oh my goodness, did the community celebrate when this was announced in DLC Pack 2.
I'm celebrating right now.
One of the most popular Mario Kart stages in history among the DLC tracks. It's a high difficulty course because those turns in the first half are brutal. You're dealing with 180-degree turns. You've got turn 6, which is a 270-degree turn. And then the pinballs, which you were saying earlier on Mount Wario that it seems you can never get that right. That's me on Waluigi Pinball. I can never seem to dodge the pinballs.
Wow. I feel really bad for you. I'm sorry. Yeah, this course, gotta love it. Along with the Nintendo 64, I also had a lot of time with the DS, road trips, etc.
Yep. Mission mode,
all of that. Love it.
Yeah.
And obviously, best course out there, Waluigi Pinball, undefeated.
Overall, we are going to be ready to jump into the final map. I was told we had scores here. We're going to have to cover these really fast before we get to that. We see Brenner Bear and Salazan looking like they are positioned to go in. Lesrek and Joe are trying to nip at their heels to stay in this round. All coming down to Waluigi Pinball. Let's see how it turns out.
You guys got this.
And not only is the music banging, but you get the personalized sound effects as well.
Fun fact, I don't know if you knew this, but the music for this course is also the same as the one for, I believe it's
Wario Stadium, which made it
Wario
into
Stadium.
the base amount of tracks in the original Mario Kart 8. But this is where you can always see them banging into the sides of the wall. This is why this was chosen as the last track. This is brutal difficulty here with these turns.
But it's so colorful and so vibrant, yet so misleading.
So misleading, yeah.
You feel this sense of security.
It's as difficult as real pinball, actually. Like,
True.
you actually try playing a real pinball machine, that thing is designed to eat all your quarters.
It's...
Oh, my goodness, runs into a banana peel. Meanwhile, Isabelle, look at Isabelle. I was telling you, Isabelle could be the sleeper here. That's Joe. Controlling Isabelle, barely dodges the pinball, but gets clipped on the other way, heading into the bumpers. Gonna knock her down to third. Meanwhile, in second is Toad. That is Brenner, looking to maintain the position and keep on going. Is going to steal first as we head into the second lap.
Definitely still anybody's game here. Toad the first one to go through the tube. and then all three just right after. 1, 2, 3, they're all out.
Now remember, as this round goes on, more pinballs fill up on the play field, so it gets harder and harder to navigate, and Toad is going to run right into the wall, leaving it open. And this is one of those maps where, like, I get the triple mushroom, but how can I use this is the problem.
Uh-oh, you know what that means.
It's actually going to be dodged as a CPU player was in the first. See, that's why they chose the normal C.
I'm glad. Bowser Jr., he took one for the team there.
Oh, they all scream in agony as everyone's least favorite item, the lightning, goes through.
Yeah,
I would say everyone's least favorite because, like, every item is annoying when you get it in a certain circumstance. Like, you never want the coin in first place.
Absolutely.
But it always messes you up, the lightning.
I don't think I've ever met anyone who said that lightning is their favorite item.
That is true. Look at the recovery here by Koopa Troopa. Now heading into the final stage. And right now, things are looking like the two players who are leading are going to be the ones to indeed qualify.
You guys got to team up here and just take one down. Just get those blue shells. Just stack them. Throw them all at Koopa Troopa and pray.
Well, one way to try to make sure you get the blue shells is to run into those double item boxes. Toad is finding himself caught up in the turns. It also looks like they missed their item boxes, too. They're not going to be able to access those more powerful items. Tanuki, Mario, and Isabella as we make their way around turn 6, the 270 turn, down toward the dip. And Koopa Troopa has a show he can drag behind him. This is a great opening here.
Toad uses the mushroom. He's slowly bringing his way back up. Actually, I don't know. He's relatively the same distance here to do the star, and also the bomb, and also the other star that is very close behind him. Do not get hit by the star.
That's a perfect item for Koopa Troopa to get the red shell in first place. He's going to be able to shield.
Isabelle the sleeper.
Isabelle making the run, but gets hit with the red shell and the dream. Also gets clipped by the blue shell. Toad. Can Tanuki Mario make his move here as he's going into Toad? They're going to be going on the inside curve. Who can take it tighter? Who's going to finish first? Is it Toad? It's Tanuki Mario and Isabella who steals it away for Toad. Now, the question is,
was it enough?
Was it enough? How do the points line up at the very end? It is not enough. Tanuki, Mario, and Isabelle are going to fall.
What a tragedy.
Toad and Koopa Troopa, which is Salazan and Brenner Bear, are going to be moving on to the grand finals.
What a game.
What a game. This is why I love this game. You never know quite what's going to happen.
Wow.
So, now it's time for some other people to compete.
Oh.
Namely us.
What? You mean that?
I know. Get ready to take those glasses off again and make your debut. Before we actually see who is moving on, it is going to be Brenner Bear and Aria Salazan. They're going to be next. Up next is me, Dalamino, Rizky, and Vagar, all competing for our chances to be in the grand final. So you're not going to want to miss that. An all-new Grand Prix with all new tracks. So anyway, Dallin, are you ready? Start your engines, take off your glasses, and let's get ready for the second round. But we're going to take a short break and be back with more Mario Kart action after this.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
Hello everyone and welcome back into the Boise State Esports Arena. We are continuing our Boise State Grand Prix tonight. I am your host, Brenner Bearlad, and joined with me to call all of the action tonight is Joannie Jimmy. We just finished our Grand Prix for our qualifiers. I ended up getting first. Joannie, I believe, got third. So now we are here to see the second half of the Grand Prix. What are you hoping to see from this coming out of just playing it?
I am excited to see the different rivalry, especially between Jem and Dallin. They are definitely having a fun time watching our races. But I mean, obviously, I was eliminated, but that was definitely really fun. I think that There's going to be a lot of great courses that we're going to see. There are going to be a lot of tight and probably pretty close matchups between the experienced players that we have on the team.
Yeah, so this second Grand Prix is going to end up being, as you mentioned, it's going to be Jem, it's going to be Dallin, it's going to be Hayden, and it's going to be Colin. So 2 production just came out, 2 casters just came out, so it's going to be a huge matchup, and we get to hear call all the action. And on top of that, with game number, or the second Grand Prix, since the course is already predetermined, we know that the first course is going to be Sky High Sunday, a map that can cause a lot of issues for a lot of these players, but surprisingly, Dallin and Jem are the 2 most well experienced with Mario Kart, and so them going into this can be a little bit offsetting. That's why you had to put them together, because
I know, yeah.
they'll own the competition, so they got to take each other out while it's early. So Colin and Hayden are going to have a fun time going into this as we take a look at the course of what these players are going to be looking forward to for Sky High Sunday. But first, we're going to take a look at what the Grand Prix is going to consist of. It's 3 laps per map, 4 maps per Grand Prix, and the top 2 will continue on to our grand finals. And of course, this is 150cc. Joanny, I think you can contest to this. The computers are hard.
Yeah, they are.
We lost to Bowser Jr. in one of the laps because I got second. It was the most infuriating thing ever.
I know, it's very difficult going through, especially with the tight corners and the amount of items that we're using, especially the lightning one. It was very annoying going through it, but you did use a good strategy using your baby toad.
Hey, the lightning really helps.
Yes.
So really curious to see how this might play out. But looking at the upcoming stage that is going to be Sky High Sunday, there's a lot of jumps in this. Not many hazards, but a ton of item boxes that both Jacob and Dallin are going to utilize to perfection. And also not as many corners to drift around, where the courses we had were a bit more hectic.
Curvy, very curvy. But I felt like I was really I felt skilled, even though I was like basically lower ranks. I'm like, every time I did a good corner, I felt that was a good accomplishment for me.
So getting ready to jump right into this. Players are all loaded in. Hopefully we can also decipher who is playing what character. If anyone's playing Toad, I'm coming after you because you took my boy from me. But look at him. There he is, the man himself. We're getting ready to jump in. So we got a Yoshi, Waluigi, Donkey Kong, and Shy Guy not even holding A to start.
Me.
Rough start indeed, but already Yoshi in a commanding lead. And of course, as I say that, I look down at Donkey Kong in first place. My man's holding nothing back. Mushrooms across the board, and Shy Guy all the way back in 8th. Now 7th, gets the boo to steal as many items as he can. Ends up stealing the triple mushroom away as well. Good start off for all the players.
Did Donkey Kong really just dab in the air? Like he's really going through it. Oh, look at that. He did it again.
Donkey Kong's got all the moves in the air.
He got all these boosts.
Oh, goes off the edge, though.
It did feel like he fell off in style.
It's the caster's curse. As soon as we point somebody out, they go right off the edge. But Yoshi right now in first place. Donkey Kong in shambles right now. As the baby Daisy also catching up to him as well. Shy Guy still has that boo online as well. Finally throws his first item in 4th, but Waluigi all the way back in 7th, trying to gain that ground. Went for the items, didn't have the height, and falls off the edge.
This is like a similar thing that happened in our game. We have like the first 2 who are like competing close to each other, but then there's also,
the rest of the pack all just bundled together.
Yes, but like, Waluigi was like 4th earlier, but not. Looks like he might catch up with Shy Guy now that they're 6 and 7. They're also butting heads with each other, which is so there's a little bit of rivalry between these 2 like areas in the map.
Yeah, it's definitely a 2-and-2 situation of 2 in front and 2 in the middle, right in the hectic of all the computers as Waluigi goes off once again. Yoshi's fallen down to 4th, hitting constant red shells against them. Now DK's commanding lead. Shy Guy gets a bullet bill, huge taking space, passes the Yoshi as well. Flies through, barely misses the items, but does have the mushrooms to maintain that lead.
Donkey Kong really has the lead in the head.
Just look at the center course. Ooh, but that blue shell incoming might help close that gap. Second place being a computer right now isn't the best thing we want to see for our players, but Shy Guy's made it all the way up to 3rd.
Yeah, props to him. He definitely is having a great comeback in this very interesting map.
Bullet bill?
On 3rd? That's very interesting.
All right, Mario Kart, fair and balanced game. We see you, and now Waluigi's getting a star all the way in 8th, but A
Whoa,
bullet
look
bill
at
in
that.
second place
Oh.
and already finished. DK so far ahead.
Shy Guy was
miles.
second.
Oh,
He's about to
poor
finish
Shy
third.
Guy.
It's
So
fine.
third, fourth, and Waluigi all the way in ninth. It's going to be that little late bloomer as 12th place Isabella also just finished off their bullet bill, but it's going to end up securing it in ninth. So looking at the standings, Donkey Kong, Shy Guy, Yoshi, and Waluigi. Waluigi has a lot of ground to cover, but if
For
he gets first
sure.
place twice, that's 30 points. You're back up top.
Shy Guy definitely had a great comeback. I wasn't
for
really,
sure.
yeah. I think all the items were on his side. All the things that were happening when he was jumping off the different parts of the track. I think that really helped him get ahead. And I think for some reason I don't know how Yoshi fell off.
Yeah, there was definitely a couple misplays, but as we know from playing our first lap, it's definitely a bit of adjustment for a lot of us who
For
don't play
sure.
Mario Kart every single day like Dallin and Jacob. So, but we got my favorite course coming up next. It's Baby Park, y'all.
Baby Park?
The best course in Mario Kart history. You hold right and
Uh-huh.
you turn right. It's awesome. We're playing NASCAR, baby. It's Baby
NASCAR.
Park. It also has the most laps. Normally we just have 3 laps, but Baby Park is the one unique one where I believe it has 7 or
I think
8
six
because it's
or-
so small.
Yeah.
As we take a look here, no hazards. A couple, I believe there's two sets of
turns.
item boxes, but like I said, we're playing NASCAR. You just hold right and you keep going.
You drift though.
It's all about the drifts for Baby Park and also dodging every single banana that is going to be on this course
Yeah,
because they're
yeah.
so tightly knit. So excited to see. I'm so upset I don't get to play Baby Park, but at least I get to cast it.
I'm wondering if there's gonna be a more closer matchup between all the players since it's a little bit of an easier map. Of course,
Way more chaotic.
it's chaotic, but then it makes the matchup very exciting
Mm-hmm.
because everyone is just close to each other and knows what to expect in this map.
We'll see if anyone matches the boost this time for this timer, and it seems that
unfortunately,
Donkey
Shy
Kong
Guys.
and I think 3 of the players got it other than Shy Guy.
Yeah.
Already first items coming online. Only Waluigi secured that item and actually got the red shell hit. Donkey Kong still in first, but Yoshi's right on his tail.
Oh no, Shy Guy hitting the little flowers.
Shy Guy's in
But he's
first,
first.
though.
Let's go.
Taking over Donkey Kong, showing how it's done. This is why Baby Park's the best. 7 laps, still a long way to go, but at the end of the day, you have to be able to hold right better than anyone else. Fire Flower coming online for Waluigi. Ooh, Donkey Kong holding on to that sound can deny a blue shell if he times it correctly, if a blue shell even comes into play here. Waluigi
Oh,
about to get lapped. All the way down in 8th. Donkey Kong's on his butt.
Oh no, Yoshi got hit by, I think, a green shell. He was vibing for a little bit. He was just holding that drift button, but then he falls back to 5th or 6th place.
Now gets a star, though. Should help him
True,
come
true.
back. Bullet Bill coming online for multiple
Ooh,
computers.
I think a blue shell just got,
Oh, and he used the sound barrier to deny it. Holding onto that bomb as well. Throws it right at the corner. Doesn't hit that second place, but Yoshi ends up getting stalled out. So now Shy Guy takes third. Donkey Kong in such a commanding lead, right behind, about to lap people as
And
he
he
already
finishes.
finished.
Shy Guy coming in second. Hopefully when he gets it through.
Yeah, the bullet bill on Waluigi and lands on top of a banana. It's hard to see, even with the golden mushroom, will end up finishing 5th.
Yoshi and Shy Guy were definitely almost like close to we're very, very close to each other. I expected this with their matchups being closer, especially with this map. And I found that really interesting that like the whole time Donkey Kong was just vibing.
Exactly. He was so far ahead in first. I believe he was even lapping somebody at the end there. So
Yes.
absolutely dominating performance on Baby Park. Why it's the best map out there. You can't change my mind. It's awesome. But now we get to head over to Super Bell Subway. There's going to be cars in the road.
There's me cars with the cars.
Cars
Carts.
and a subway itself.
Yeah.
More obstacles to look forward to as we wait to see what the map might look like, as you and I are not the most experienced Mario Kart of what this might entail.
For
So
sure. For sure.
I'm still coming from the days of Double Dash on the GameCube. So none
Double
of these
Dash,
stages
wow.
are ones that I'm like, hey, I know that, other than Baby Park.
I played the one in the DS where they had the game mode where you had like the balloons.
No,
where
that's been in all of them, yeah.
It's in all of them, but I really love playing that in my DS.
There
It was
we
like
go.
a little battle royale,
Is it
and I
called
wish
like Balloon Buster or something like that?
something like that.
Balloon Battle probably. But
Original battle royale.
our
these
players are
days.
getting set up, ready for Super Bell Subway. sitting waiting, as we also want to get a look on the upcoming course here. It looks like it's going to be a little bit more complicated and a lot more hazards and only 3 items this time. So players are going to have to play a little bit more conservative with those items. They're not going to get them as quick. And it's going to be all about the drifts because there's a lot of harder angles in this. Not as hard as, say, Waluigi Pinball, which was absolutely brutal playing through. But
for sure.
we're going to dive right into it and
Right
see if
into the
anyone can
subway.
dethrone DK himself.
This is a very nice map. I'm very excited to see what our players will go through, especially with the different hazards of like the subway. Oh my God, the big Yoshi that was just cheering on for the little
representing
Shy
Yoshi
Guy.
in first right now. Try to snipe with the green shell, and Waluigi gets it. Snipe of the century lets him into 4th. Slew immediately goes back down to 5th, and now
tracks.
6th. DK's only in 3rd, and Yoshi's in 1st. How much you want to bet that Yoshi and DK are Jacob and Dallin? We just didn't know which one's which.
They're definitely those two.
If I had to guess, it would be DK is Jacob and Dallin is Yoshi.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I feel like with what was happening in production, Dallin definitely properly represented his Yoshi for our banner today.
Yeah, so taking a look back, Shy Guy's struggling all the way in, near last place, down at 9th. Waluigi's soon going to join him as he falls down to 7th, but this is Yoshi's course right now as he's just maintaining this first position, and Donkey Kong is struggling all the way down in 4th, finally takes 3rd, but that CPU is on his tail.
Very interesting. We have the
Squid Ink.
The Squid Ink, yes. I was going to say that it's going to affect everyone, but Waluigi has that star item. That
It only affects the people who are in front of when the squid is deployed.
Yeah.
So thankfully, Waluigi's getting all of the good items because he's been so far back, has the star, has the golden mushroom. Now the piranha plant coming online, give him that little extra boost. But Yoshi's all the way in first, holding onto a double red. He's ready to deal somebody dirty if anyone has the gall to pass this man. Now Shy Guy's coming in from the rear with a bullet bill.
Yoshi is definitely just, I think he's like kind of slowing down, trying to time that blue shell. But unfortunately, he does not make it. I think a CPU got in first. It was the Rosalina. And then there's the DK getting hit by the red shell.
It's battle for second. Ooh, reclaims first, but DK quickly falls back. Seems DK is just struggling. The lightning comes in. If I were playing this, I'd be screaming Tiny Toad right now because that was my motto. But
oh no, Shy Guy! I was about to say he was finding himself back on the track, but then he hit himself straight into the subway. Maybe he found himself on the track too much.
Yeah, him and Waluigi both. But Waluigi takes second. DK's all the way in 6th.
Oh my
DK,
goodness!
I feel your
DK.
struggle. This is also when Toad fell, but reclaimed second with a single shortcut, and just like that.
Wow. It was such a close matchup for this map.
It was literally first, second, third, and fourth.
Hell, that's really good. I really think that I'm gonna be cheering on for
Shy Guy.
the underdogs. Yes, for sure.
Shy Guy and Waluigi, we want to see you overtake these two head honchos.
The items are definitely on their side, especially. You know,
Oh,
it's
for
probably a
sure.
strategy. You know, what if they're like just slacking so that they can use more of the items to get the momentum back up?
So as we await to see our final course, which will be a Sydney Sprint, chosen by the players themselves, we'll have to wait and see how this plays out because it was very neck and neck. That was not Donkey Kong's course, and he suffered for it until that final shortcut, which allowed him to get second place. But Yoshi was sitting comfortable that entire time. So as we look at it, this is very chaotic for a stage. It's going to be knowing the shortcuts, which one's faster, which one's slower. So no hazards whatsoever, but 5 item boxes is something that these players are going to have to utilize before they get to the next one.
The mobile Mario Kart definitely has like all the intricate maps, all the very difficult maps, which I don't understand. Like playing through that whatever New York map was, I was so confused on where to go and how to go to places, and like just all the different what's it called, the obstacles. They
There
were
you go.
really interesting to go through.
It was also a very distracting course because
It
there was
was
flashing
very-
lights everywhere, and it's just like, as someone who's never played it before, it was very hectic. But we're jumping right into the Sydney Sprint. You can already see the Opera House in the background. That's how you know where we are. But already Yoshi taking a commanding lead, but DK right on his tail.
Ooh,
As the
Shy
two
Guy.
characters with tails are just maintaining their lead. But now Waluigi's in second. he just has to hold this for 2 more laps as he loses it to DK.
It's definitely a much closer matchup with these 4 players, especially with this map. I find this map
and
really,
the red shell.
yeah. Shy Guy now having the bomb, and see what happened next with
Once
the
again,
next.
all of our players are just 1st, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, right lined up with just the single computer in 2nd place, but overtaken finally by the Waluigi, who threw it
back
right
and
into the
forth,
bananas.
yeah.
You hate to see it as Shy Guy ends up getting bombed all the way back in 5th, but has those mushrooms to catch right back up.
DK definitely is using his items very defensively. Very
he
smart
has
move.
to.
Yeah, definitely a smart move because sometimes I forgot like what my buttons are, so they
Yep.
definitely know what they're
Ooh,
doing.
but Waluigi goes off the course, so he falls back down to 3rd as DK takes 2nd. And Yoshi perfectly times that sound box to deny the red shell, but now has no protection against the blue shell. But we haven't seen many blue shells in this matchup. I feel like in our match it was just a lot of blue shells, and now in this
Yeah.
one there's been like 2.
Yeah, for sure. And I think only one of them got hit by it once.
I know I got hit by one. It hurt. Tiny Toad took a hit.
It took a big hit.
But as we take a look back, it's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and Shy Guy's all the way back in 6th. But a blue shell coming online and the bullet bill. This is where Shy Guy
Yes,
wants to
bullet
catch up
bill.
the best he can. And
Oh, look at
Yoshi's
that.
not
He
going to be able to deny this blue shell. But he has a pretty good lead that he has a little bit of wiggle room for
Oh
DK
no,
to catch
Shy
up.
Guy.
Shy Guy's struggling, but gets into 3rd and overtakes
He
Waluigi.
is vibing with all those items that he definitely used. He blocked out all the lightning bolts, and then he had the speed boost, and then he also had the stars running. That's crazy.
Shy Guy got up to 3rd, but DK is going to end up taking it back. And Yoshi so far ahead from the other contestants right now that this is looking to be his map where he will overtake Donkey Kong for that 1st place spot. Or they might just even tie at this point.
Yeah, they keep going back and forth between
Ooh.
Yoshi and DK. Oh, let's see.
Yoshi barely makes that jump as well. Oh,
They're very
doesn't
close,
make
they're
it.
Very close.
Has to get carried out by
Oh, that was so close, and
Lucia.
he used the sound boom thing.
Oh, and the lightning hits
Oh.
all 4 of our players who are in the top 4. As Waluigi falls back in 5th. Caster's Curse, as soon as I call it out, he falls out. But this should be Yoshi's win as DK was right behind him trying to catch
Oh,
up with the drift
no.
into the wall. But still secures 2nd, didn't lose 3rd. Shy Guy ends up getting 4th, and Waluigi will get 6th. So DK will still be in 1st place. Yoshi taking 2nd. Shy Guy got up to 3rd, and Waluigi got up to 5th, but Daisy's huck away 4th. So
Baby
a much
Daisy.
closer matchup than we had it in our very own Grand Prix.
For sure, for sure. Definitely more experienced players and like fast learners actually, like with Waluigi and Shy Guy definitely butting heads in the beginning, and then they came back and started butting heads with the people who were in
Top positions.
top
yeah.
positions, yes.
So that brings us to, we're getting ready for the grand finals of, it's going to be the top 4 players. And Donkey Kong definitely seems to be the biggest threat, with Dallin even staring us down of being the red Yoshi, who still didn't get 1st. So you know what? Not too much to worry about.
I wonder how close it is. I was gonna say we see
Looking
the
at
score
standings,
line.
yeah. So Hayden was the Yoshi at 49, or no, Dallin was the Donkey Kong, and Vigar actually took it over. Jacob
Oh,
had the
wow.
28 and was doing very poorly. Wow. All right, so we just completely had players wrong. Hayden just snake in the grass came out and overcame.
That is definitely interesting for the amount of score lines, because it's definitely unexpected for both of us.
Yeah, Hayden definitely has a skip in his step with grin from ear to ear, but we are getting ready to jump into our grand finals. So make sure to stay tuned, and we'll be right back after these messages. And it seems that we were right from the beginning that Hayden and Jem were swapped. So it will be Jem and Dallin heading into the finals with me, very own of Brenner Bear, and Arya Salzin heading into the grand finals of these. It feels like it's very much a 2v2 in these situations.
For
of
sure.
Here's the first qualifiers, here's the second qualifiers. All right, now who can get the top spot? But we'll just have to wait and see as we jump into our final Grand Prix, taking a final look at these scores and the lineups, having it be properly corrected. But anything you want to hope to see in these grand finals?
It's going to be definitely very interesting with with all your strategies of using your baby toad, and then let's see the
It's a
momentum.
strategy, I promise.
There's gonna be a momentum, especially with I think Dallin, who's like DK. He's gonna probably have the momentum being first, and then he still has that high energy from the game, probably winning the all those 4 maps. And I think this is gonna be pretty good and close match. But I'm probably gonna cheer for whoever is gonna be the underdog, because even though I think it's gonna be close, I think the person who's gonna be last, or whoever is in the closer matchup, will probably rise up.
Yeah, so we'll just have to wait and see who will take it on. Make sure to stay tuned for it, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
Hello and welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena, where we're currently in the middle of our Mario Kart Tournament Challenge. We got our 4 contenders there on the couch who made it through the placement matches, who will face off in one final Grand Prix to decide it all. My name is Hayden Vagar Dalton, joined today with Colin Risky McJunkin.
Yes, sir. We're here. We're here.
No, yeah.
We're in
After
the
my
finals.
amazing performance on Waluigi.
There was only one AI that beat us out. So, you know what, and we are 100% convinced that this AI was hacking, and I'm going to need to speak of the CEO to Mario Kart Games.
Get this all sorted out how it
yeah.
should.
Very infuriated.
As we get into this, we first should bring up some keys to the game by the one and only Doc, who can help us out in Mario Kart by using your drifting speed boosts, know your shortcuts, aim for double items, and know your blue shell dodges. These keys to the game are brought to us by Drop-In Gaming, the premier network for different gaming apparel and devices. Yeah, it looks like going on to our maps here, actually. Looks like the first one will be Electrodrome. Looks like not only one hazard on this map. Quite a bit of turns, though. The skill is mid. A little bit of anti-gravity, actually, coming out here. And one of the older maps. Well, maybe not in the grand schemes of Mario Kart.
Yeah.
But
dating back quite a far.
Yeah, so be interesting to see. Looks like, it rates this one at about mid, so we'll see. This should be, for these veteran players,
this should be a very, very easy breezy map for them. There should not be really any sort of confusion like how I was. If you weren't watching, I did not know the A was the go button. You know, I'm a Rocket League player. It's all R2 for me.
There was no flip resets or any of that to rely on. Looks like strong start here by all the players.
We have Donkey Kong, which I believe is Dallin. Dallin was Donkey Kong last game, so I could see Dallin playing Donkey Kong again.
Yeah, looks like we got all the players on their previous characters here. Good to keep track of. Looks like, everyone. Looks like a shell came out there.
Hanging on that, I believe that's an AI because we have. In the top 2 screens in the bottom left, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, and are gonna just there's first, second, third. We just have Troopa in 5th, but there comes that lightning. Wow, that lightning's gonna mess up Yoshi. Pulling the lead further from Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong's gonna mess up just a little bit. Has a coin. Gonna help out a little bit there. And we're just not getting back to that full size here. But Yoshi now has the boombox.
Oh boy.
Probably saving it to catch up to Donkey Kong here. No reason to use it yet.
Strategic use of these items is really what these players need here, as everyone's kind of staying neck and neck here.
I think all 4 players right now are in the top 4 spots. This is quite literally not a shot. And exactly call it out. Red Yoshi's going to go and use that boombox. Going to take first now.
I know the rivalry between Jacob and Dallin. They're both quite the veteran players. Watching them kind of, the lightning bolt, perfectly timed, sends Yoshi into the water here.
And that's twice that's happened to Yoshi actually so far. Is the lightning bolt just sending them right into the water as soon as they get off that ledge. Ooh, but the red shell.
The red shell going to get some good use and trade back to first place on the final lap, too. So this is kind of the do-or-die situation here. Got to maintain this lead, or Donkey Kong's got to go and get one good item to be able to catch up.
Yeah, all it takes is that one good item. Gonna get a shell on a banana. Not quite what you're looking for here with such a lead that Red Yoshi has. Ooh, no, Donkey Kong's gonna fall off.
In this sort of scenario, what does Donkey Kong need?
Oh, no.
Oh, they don't need that, of course.
No, not that. That's dropping all the way back to 6.
That's going to cost him.
Yeah, that is
Looks
not
like
ideal.
Brenner crossing the finish line in 2nd, Salazan picking up 4th, and Dallin with the 6.
Dallin in 6th place. That's not where you want to start off, but
No.
this is first map.
And it just shows like how quickly one mistake can change it. Because they were in 1st to 2nd the most of that game.
Yeah, one mistake that one, and enough of the players were behind Dallin right there. Just there's no recovery at that point to get up there. But I will say Dallin's not going to have to perform exceedingly well now. I think is going to have to stay in that 2nd to 1st place if you want to keep up.
Yeah, looks like they're going to be moving on to the next map, which is Mushroom Gorge here. Looks like actually no hazards are labeled on here. You can kind of see in the middle of the map there's lots of, looks like little bumps or islands or something like that.
I believe that's the mushroom pads they are able to bounce off of.
Okay, so an interesting dynamic that'll come out there, which will be fun to see. Looks like some of the items are on those too.
Oh, yeah. So it'll be a little worth it to go stick your neck out a little bit and go for those, definitely. And I do know, Jacob, far back, if anyone remembers, the Bankers versus Broncos, Jacob took the #1 spot. I think they played it 3 times in a row and just took #1 each time. And I believe this was the map that I was exceedingly impressed with his knowledge of Mario Kart. So I'm excited to see him play it again.
Yeah, as players are getting into game here, looks like they all got the speed boost from the look of it. Seems they're all neck and neck. They're just all right next to each other here as well. Every player's very optimized at this point.
It's really not until we have kind of big power play come out here that we're going to be able to notice anything substantial coming out from players.
Oh,
ooh. Does have 2 mushrooms to recover though.
Looks like the shortcut mushrooms. Salzan almost made it to the end of that. Doing that shortcut, just not enough room to maneuver at the very end. Looks like Brenner with the boomerang.
Ooh.
Looks like gets 1, gets 2, and brings him up into 4th place.
Donkey Kong and Red Yoshi are neck and neck here. Oh.
And the red shell gonna knock Dallin back.
No. Oh no, it's 2nd one.
Oh,
that would
cannot catch a break.
That was 1 second later. That would have been great. But now the star and triple mushrooms for Dallin. That's a great combo to have coming up here. Oh no.
Oh, unfortunately, Brenner falls off as well. You can hear the screams of agony as that barely did not make it onto that next mushroom.
The pain that is there.
Triple mushrooms coming out help move them back into a good position here.
Donkey Kong cannot get a break here from the red shells. I think hit 3 times now.
Oh!
Ooh.
Oh no!
Oh.
The lightning actually stopped Brenner there. Well, Jacob, yes, he will make it across. I was wondering if the lightning would hinder that. Looks like does not. This part of the map seems like the most risky spot. It looks like the game is going to be probably decided right here, unless we get a blue shell coming in.
And already, oh wow, and a blue shell.
Oh, as I say.
As you said it, called it out.
Dalamino picking up. Oh, right off of that. And then Brenner actually snaking by.
Snake 2nd place.
And Salzan getting a respectable 5th place.
That's it's not horrible. You're still in the race, 4th place.
Yeah, still
doable.
Still anyone's game at this point.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that was 25, 24, 23 was the scores there. That was it's still anyone's game.
Yeah, looks like our next map actually It's going to be a Bowser's Castle here, which, yeah,
Wow,
looks like Bowser doesn't want anyone entering that place. Got
Lasers, fire, wrecking ball.
Bowser
Bowser
themselves.
himself.
5 hazards just listed on there. I'm sure some of these turns are hazards in and of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Very difficult looking map just from face value.
Oh, yeah. I think it'll be a cool map, I think. I'm excited to see what 4 is. Oh, wow. Menacing. Moves the cart or the track as Bowser punches.
Yeah, looks like we're in for quite a match here. This one, if all of them finish around the same place, I feel like we're going to be in the same situation. But this map, I have a feeling, could be a map where you can either get really far ahead or really far behind.
Which I think is one of those maps that you talk about, that getting really far ahead doesn't mean anything, as we've shown, because just in that split second, it can all be taken away from you.
Exactly. So many good items to get you back into the game.
Yep.
Oh. A lot of hazards on some of these ramps that you have to avoid. Oh, here's Bowser coming up. Anyone gonna be? Oh no! Doesn't get hit by the mist, at least.
Just simply stopped. I think choosing the right track, left to right, and getting your timing right is really important. Because if you choose the wrong track, you get messed up with that timing, and all of a sudden you're losing it.
Looks like got Donkey Kong here in first, already finishing lap 1. Yoshi right behind. Looks like all 4 players are neck and neck here. Oh, the lasers are coming out on lap 2.
All 4 of them, yeah.
Keep aware of those.
3 red shells. The trooper. Oh, waste 1 on the wall. That's not good there.
Looks like gonna make it through. Still, all 4 of them right next to each other in which place they are. Looks like, oh, we're at Bowser. Okay. Yep, good timing here.
Red Yoshi has a lot of room here. Nobody's made it across the jump yet that they're on.
Yeah, look at, and with 1 more lap remaining for Yoshi, this is quite the lead they have.
Oh, but Bullet.
Bullet could be good here. Give Brenner a chance to go and steal first or second place.
Smart.
Oh, Blue Shell coming out here. We're gonna see how this shifts things up.
Yeah.
This is last lap too. Doesn't matter if you're in first place all game.
Exactly. Yeah, that 1 blue shell. Yep, there it is.
Will Dallin be able to capitalize on this? There is quite a lead.
I don't think anyone's going to be able to capitalize on it.
No. Just such a lead. A blue shell doesn't even matter in this point.
Which is ironic because we were just talking about how holding first doesn't mean anything because it can be taken away, but Red Yoshi's proven us wrong.
Not if you hold first from that far away.
Yeah, that is very true. And
1 blue shell distance of insurance.
oh, there's a blue shell coming out from Trooper right now. Could land them a better spot. Nope, not gonna do them any justice here.
The blue shell still hits. Unfortunately.
Loses 7.
Just the very last second.
That's gonna hurt point wise. Yeah, that is. I would almost count Koopa Troopa out of this race.
Yeah, there is the potential, but it'll be very difficult.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, everyone has to get below like 6th place.
Yeah, you gotta get ready to go Rambo with those red shells. Oh, and the last map is Rainbow Road, the N64 version. We were talking about older maps. This is, I think, about as old as it gets.
1996. No rails.
Of course
Nothing to save you.
They should just put hazards along the entire track.
Yeah, it should. Yeah, it should be an entire just yellow road, because the whole thing's a hazard. Let's be honest here. It should be fun, but there are people who know how to use the no rails to their advantage, though.
Oh,
I've seen those clips before. That's the one thing I know about Mario Kart. So
yeah, let's see if anyone brings that out.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
It's always interesting to see how people get through these maps, especially ones as notorious as Rainbow Road.
getting creative as a gamer is very important. Hitting all these boosts is very important as well. Missing one can detrimentally impact your momentum going forward.
Yeah, it's like a red shell coming out here. Looks like, oh, Troopa almost goes off the edge there. Manages to hang on now.
Ooh. Big one.
Gets fireball. Neck and neck.
Red Yoshi
Actually
fifth
falling
now.
to fifth.
Yeah. And every other one of our players is holding a top 3 spot, so.
Chain chomps. Oh. If this map wasn't hard enough already.
Yeah, then you had the bounce.
Oh, unfortunately gets hit by a mushroom. And then the 5th place.
Bounce down with the Donkey Kong that holds such a staggering lead.
Now, the question is, how big of a lead will they have if they do get first? Will Jacob accumulate enough points?
What if we get a tie here? Do we do another Grand Prix series? Because I think that if there is one game that holds the possibility of a tie, it is Mario Kart. The blue shell.
Went from 5th to 1st, all within.
Oh wait. And there's Red Yoshi just finishing first there. I think that solidifies their W.
Oh, unfortunate. At the very end there, those turns showing exactly why Rainbow Road is so notorious.
Yep. But a fan favorite map nonetheless.
Yeah, and looks like, you were correct. It looks like Red Yoshi, Jacob Gem Palmer, is our victor of this Grand Prix. Congratulations.
That one was to be expected. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
We knew it was going to be Dallin and Gem going forward.
And it was a close match. Anytime you saw them, they were neck and neck usually. Bowser's Castle maybe a little bit more of an exception there.
It was a big difference in them. I do think, I think Bowser's Castle, and I think that was just sort of not really a lucky break, so to say, because I don't think there is really such a thing as lucky break in Mario, but like getting such a big lead at that very beginning, then getting blue shelled, but having no other power-ups against you.
Yeah, it's like at that point,
no wonder you can have such a big lead.
You needed the blue shell, and then they needed a speed boost or a red shell or something after it because they just accumulated such distance between everyone else. Just shows that knowledge of the maps and the courses.
Oh, yeah. I think timing, weirdly. I think timing was weird.
Yes.
Yeah, timing is a weird one on that.
We didn't see any, there's brought up in Doc's keys to the game, but blue shell timings where it was like you can go to second place right as the blue shell is on the way, so someone else trades it out. But we didn't need to at that point.
No. At that point, I think there's no saving you for that one. Should have scores coming here.
Yeah, as we see the final scores coming out. Yep.
There
Gem
it is,
with 55 points. Dallin only 9 points below. And then Brenner actually only 2 points down from there. And a great effort from Arya with the 29 points.
You always got to have one, I guess, you know. There's always got to be that one bottom frag, right? You know. You're the one that everyone's really rooting for, the underdog. I think just got messed up too many times.
Yeah. And the courses this time around were definitely the hardest ones we saw this entire tournament.
And getting braided with power-ups is definitely never fun. Morale destroying, I would say, honestly, if you got hit with that many, as Arya did. It was.
Yeah. As we wrap up here, do you have any final thoughts?
No, I mean, congrats to Gem. I mean, once again, like we said, we kind of knew that was going to be happening. We knew. I personally, had the bet and the wager on Dallin and Gem going forward. But they did well. They did amazing, great there. Gem really showed his dominance in Mario Kart today. Even we talk 9 points. 9 points is still pretty high. Because you can get like a third place and Dallin gets a first, and I think that's still a W for Gem going forward.
It was just very much a small margins that accumulated throughout the entire run of that. And as we head out here, we are going to leave you guys with the top 5 plays of the game, presented by the Idaho National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. With more than 10 jobs offering a 20K bonus and your degree of choice paid for, the Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. Everyone have a safe night and have a good one.
It is very interesting map. On third, that's very interesting.
All right, Mario Kart, fair and balanced game. We see you, and now Waluigi's getting a star all the way in 8th, but
Whoa, look at
in
that!
second place and already finished. DK so far ahead.
Shy Guy was
Miles.
second.
Oh,
He's about to finish
poor
third.
Shy Guy,
It's
so-
fine. To the subway, maybe he found himself on the track too much.
Yeah, him and Waluigi both, but Waluigi takes second. DK's all the way in 6th.
Oh my
DK
goodness.
is going to
DK.
struggle. This is also when Toad fell, but reclaimed second with a single shortcut, and just like that.
Wow, it's such a close matchup for this now. Shy Guy is now having the bomb and see what happened next. With
Once
the
again,
next.
all of our players are just 1st, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, right lined up. Just the single computer in 2nd place, but overtaken finally by the Waluigi, who threw it right into the bananas.
Yeah.
I hate to see it as Shy Guy.
Oh no, it's second one. Oh, that would have
Cannot catch a break.
That was 1 second later. That would have been great. But now the star and triple mushrooms for Dallin. That's a great combo to have coming up here. Oh no.
Oh,
And it's
unfortunately,
quite the
Brenner
kill.
falls off.
Do we do another Grand Prix series? Because I think that if there is one game that holds the possibility of a tie, it is Mario Kart. The blue shell.
Oh,
Oh.
went from 5th to 1st. All within.
Oh wait. And there's